Hi, I'm Gary White for Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Tom Brom, who is the mayor of Loretto, and we're going to talk about an issue that's been going on in Loretto. It's with the sewer, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You're going to have a community meeting actually coming up. We'll give you information on that as well. But let's start off talking about what's the issue that has come up with the sewer system.
And it's not that it's come up, it's always been there. Well, it's kind of always been there. When they put the sewers in, it wasn't done 100% correctly. They worked fine, they worked good, but people's basements started backing up, and so instead of fixing the gray water line correctly, they just hooked it into the sewer. And it's causing the city to operate in the red or darn near in the red. So what it is we have to pay for every gallon of water that we pump to Lebanon. Mm-hmm. We charge for the gallons of water that the people use. So we're getting a lot of water, groundwater, from the sump pumps, from stuff like that, that nobody's getting charged for. God's water, I call it. And so and that's coming into our sewer, and it's costing us a lot of money. So we're wanting to, the meeting you mentioned is for question and answers, to tell people what we are going to do, how we're going to do it, and who's paying for what and all that. Anybody that comes forward, this is what we put out and we're going to put out, that comes forward and says, hey, my sump pump is illegally hooked up, come fix it. We will pay for it. The city's going to pay for it. Legally, the city's not responsible. We could go in there and say, hey, do that. The commission feels as if the city did not get it done correctly. It was not our fault that it wasn't inspected correctly and all that right there. But we feel like if we go on and pay for it, it will get done. It'll get done correctly, and people, their system will work as good or better when we get done with it, and it will save the city a lot of money. A lot of money should have been done 10 years ago. Really, we really didn't know about it until the last 3 or 4 years, and we got to digging into it. And the more we dig into it, the more we find out, the more it's hooked up. And so it really needs, it's an issue that needs to be resolved, and it's good for everybody, especially since the city's going to pay for it. But it will save the city a lot of money too.
Okay. So the meeting's going to be on August the 18th.
6:30 p.m.
6:30 p.m. August the 18th at City Hall.
City Hall.
In Loretto, and it's open to the public to come get your questions answered about what the issue is that's going on. So the cost for this that's been incurred by the city is because there's been more water that's been used?
Yes. We're getting a lot of the groundwater. Your sump pumps not only take the water from your washer and dryer, and really the washer and dryer is not supposed to be hooked up to it, but it doesn't hurt nothing. But a lot of your groundwater comes into the sump pump just the way it's designed to do it. So that's extra water that we're taking on that nobody is paying for, but we're treating it. So to keep from having to treat it, does not need to be treated. It's fine to go back into the ground. It just needs to be put into the ground in a different spot, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to redirect the water.
Okay. So has that issue? Do you need for the city to dig and do what's the process there? Okay.
What we'll do, we'll come. Let's say use my house, and I'll come forward and say, hey, look, my sump pump is hooked up incorrectly. It's not. Just in case. If it were, I would say, hey, my sump pump may be incorrectly hooked up. I was in one the other day, and it's not. But if it is, I said, come check it out. So we'll send Bobby Thompson, who does our sewers for us, send him out, and he'll say yes or no, it is. And if it is, we're going to give them a list of 3 contractors that they can contract with. Okay, and they'll come in there and they will fix it. The line coming out of the basement is still there, it's still good. We hope. If it's not, we're going to do that. We will pay for fixing it. He will run the line out, probably dig a hole about 3 foot deep, put about 2 foot of rock in it, foot of dirt, and then that'll give the water somewhere to go. I've done it at my house and it works beautiful. We've done it at another place, it works great. So we're going to try and do that. Then the city will pay them for that, pay the contractors for it.
So how much money do you think the city is going to be able to recoup or save by fixing this?
That was my question to Bobby Thompson. My question was, how long will it take to recoup our money? It wasn't so much as how much, but how long? He blew me away because I was expecting 3 or 4 years. He said 6 months. Okay. 6 months. He said you will get your money back for the money you spent. We're hoping that it costs us less than $25,000 to $30,000. Some houses are going to be a $300 or $400 fix. Some are going to be $1,000 to take to fix it. But so it's no set deal. We can't go in there and say, I don't feel like we can. Go in there and say, well, we're going to pay up to $500 to do this. I think we are going to cap it at $1,000 unless there's a real special cause, and then we'll have to look at it after $1,000. So we are going to cap it at $1,000.
Sure.
But after that, we can go back and look at it, and we can always make amendments. But that's where we're starting at right there.
Do you know how many houses are potentially affected by this?
We're thinking about 40 to 50 houses, which kind of blew me away too. I didn't know there was that many houses that had basements in Loretto. But see, some houses even doesn't have a basement, has a sump pump under them just to keep the groundwater out from underneath the house. So they have to be checked and see if they're hooked up. It's been rumored, I don't know that it's true, I can't see why anybody would do it, but they told me that they have, that they even hook their gutters up to it. Please don't do that. That's totally illegal, and it's very expensive for this. So if they do that, if they come and tell us, hey, look, I hooked my gutters up to the sewer. If you tell us, and we will fix that. Get it out of the water, and we will fix it right. And I promise you, this time it will be done right, because we're going to be kind of overseeing it.
So it's kind of like an opportunity for the homeowners to have a no penalty fix.
Yes.
If they have an issue, you'll fix it without any repercussions to
No
them.
repercussions to them. I talked to the contractors that's going to be doing it, and they said we will fix their yards back. They're going to have a ditch down through there. They're going to have dirt for a little while, but we're going to seed it back and all. But they no. Now, if they don't come forward and say they'll never know it or whatever they want, for whatever reason, do not come forward, and then we find out they do, then we're not paying none of it. They will have to get it fixed. They will have to pay for it. If they do not get it fixed, there will be a fine levied to their bill.
So the meeting's on August the 18th. What's going to be the time frame for people to come forward and then potentially?
I think it's 90 days.
Okay.
I think it's for 40, maybe 45 days. I think it's 45 or 90 days. I can't remember which one. We got it rolled up. I will know it that night.
On the 18th?
Yeah, the 18th I will know for sure.
And then after that point will be where the homeowners, if they are,
Yes. It doesn't have to be fixed in that 45 days.
Just to make you
It
aware.
has to be, yes, has to make us aware of it. Let us come out and inspect it and do that. I mean, it's a no-brainer to do it. It's going to be all expense. It's not going to hurt your yard none. For temporary it will, but it won't be bad. I promise you, it'll be done a better job this time. And because we're using local contractors, I want to keep as close to home as we can. We try to do all our business, close to home. In Marion County, anyway, we don't always succeed, but we try.
Yeah.
And so that's the people we're wanting to use, and so they're going to. I feel comfortable with them.
Okay.
And the commission does. It's not just me. I keep saying me. It's us. It's the commission.
The city commission.
Yes. Yeah.
So if somebody isn't available on the 18th, but they have an issue, then they can just come to City Hall
They
as
can
well?
come to Pat is at City Hall from 9 to 4. They can call her anytime. They can call me or any of the commissioners, Connie Mattingly, Josh Ballard, Lenny Nally, or Sammy Medley, and say, hey, this is Miss Jane Doe, and I want to make sure my house is correct. And I do have a sump pump. Please come check it out, and we'll come and check it out.
And then the city will come look at it, determine a course of action, and then execute it at no cost.
No cost.
To the homeowner.
Yeah, as long as
But
they
only in that period of time.
Only in that period of
45
time,
to 90
yeah,
period
because
day.
we really need to get this going. It's really more of a process than I thought it would be. I thought, hey, we'll go out there and we'll dig a line and we'll get this done. No, the laws don't let you do it that way no more. You have to do it, I guess it's by way of protocol or something like that. So we're doing it correctly, and we're making sure we got all our I's dotted and T's crossed. We had a meeting here a couple of weeks ago with a guy from E-Town, Ashley Willoughby, who's he with? Okay, so he's come over there and he said, okay, this is the way you need to do this, this, and this. And he's working with us real well. He's going to try and be at the meeting that night too.
Okay.
So if they got even more legal questions, he would be there to help us.
All right. So again, it's the sewer in Loretto, and it's going to be on August the 18th, 6:30 p.m. at Loretto City Hall. You can come get your questions answered, and then get the fix accomplished at no cost.
And they can even let us know that night. We'll have a sheet, that night that they want to do it. Nip it that night. I advise anybody that's listening, if you have a sump pump or if you know your gutters are done, bring it to the meeting that night. We'll answer all your questions. All of the commission is going to be there. I'm going to try and have at least a couple of the contractors there. They ask some questions. They get to choose the contractor. We're going to do the bidding and all, to do it. So, but we will be reimbursing it up to $1,000.
Right.
And then after that, we will talk to you about it, you
Right.
know.
Let's see.
And you could actually, let's say you wanted to run this out, and then you want to tie a gutter into this one pipe. Well, as long as you pay for the gutter being tied into it, that's fine too, because it'll be a whole lot cheaper to do it then. You know, a lot of people want to. I know I do. My gutters are. I run them away from my house. I don't like water standing around my house, and so I did that. And if they want to do it then, I'm sure the contractor will be glad to do it for an additional charge that they will pay. You know?
Right, right.
So,
but it's an opportunity for them to.
sure. So, you know, there's a lot of benefits. And I feel like, or we feel like, that if we would go ahead and pay for it, and it was kind of the city's mess up on that. You know, a little black eye on us, but that's okay. We can live through that. And black eyes do heal. And, but it's, you know,
You're addressing the issue.
Yeah, very easy issue to cure, and I just don't think it'll be a whole lot of headaches to nobody. And like you said, it's an amenity, you know, hey, come get it done free while you can.
Absolutely. So then hopefully within 6 to 9 months after this is all done and fixed, you'll have some additional resources to utilize.
Yes, that's what we're saying. 'Cause if not, we're going to have to raise the sewer rates. I've been on between the commission and mayor, I've been on there 10 years. We have not raised the sewer rates yet. We don't want to raise the sewer rates. We don't want to raise the tax rates down there. If something doesn't happen soon, we're going to have to.
So if this issue isn't resolved, the cost issue isn't resolved by the fixes that you're trying to do, there may be further discussion needed.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to do it. But we feel, Bobby Thompson is very good, feels real sure that this will alleviate a lot of headaches.
But it also is reliant upon the members of the community of Loretto to actually contact you and get the problem fixed at their house.
Yes.
At no cost, but
At no
it needs to be fixed in
Yes.
order for this issue to be.
Exactly, yeah.
So
they could save them a lot of money, you know.
absolutely.
You know.
What is the phone number for people to call for City Hall?
The phone number for City Hall is 270-865-4422, and the lady there is Pat Elin.
Okay.
And if you want, you can call my cell phone. It's 270-402-7191. I have no problem talking with anybody on any issues, so you know they can always call that number there. The other commissioners, if they want their numbers that night, you know, some people feel more comfortable talking to one of the other commissioners, and I totally understand that. You know, you call who you're friends with. So, if you don't feel comfortable calling me, don't hesitate to call any of the commissioners. They're expecting them. So.
Great. Again, I've been talking with the mayor of Loretto, Tom Brom, about a sewer issue meeting that's going to be going on August the 18th, 6:30 p.m. at Loretto City Hall. This has been Gary White for Central Kentucky Television.